Annyeonghaseyo! Welcome to Afternoona Delight, where Lia, Megan, and Amy, romance novelists and your K-romance guides. So grab some dekboki and listen to your new favorite unnies.
Hey everybody, it's Leah Riley here.
Hello, it's Megan.
Hi there, it's Amy. So I have something I need to talk about today, and it's something I already told both of you, but I feel like everybody needs to know my trauma.
It's brought me joy every time I've thought about it since you told me. I think about it every couple of hours.
In the video.
Yeah, so I have a video. I don't know how I can share with all of you. I'm not putting it up on Instagram.
Your basement.
No. Anyway, so I have a local book club that I'm in, and I was at book club, and I'm driving home. I'm driving, my friend's in the passenger seat. I'm a safe driver. I've got my phone plugged into Apple Play, and a text notification comes on from my son, my 16-year-old son, who does not text me unless he absolutely needs to tell me something. And so I just tap the text for Siri to read it to me, and Siri says, Bubba Connor, because that's what he is in my phone, sent you a movie. Do you want to reply? And I said, no. And then I said, wait. And then I went back and replied, and I said, I'm driving. I can't watch this video. Is it bad? And I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, I think he thinks I saw the video, but I wasn't. I just see what's on my, CarPlay screen, and CarPlay does not give you video because it's dangerous. And he just said he has a mouse in his mouth. And then me, shit, him, yup. Is it dead? Yes. I checked where all of the cats were. There's a little crack in the wall by the treadmill with a few mouse carcasses in it. But yeah, it's dead. Me, are you telling me that there are multiple dead mice? Yes, but they are all inside the wall, beside the one in Walleye's mouth. And then I get home, and Walleye doesn't have the mouse in his mouth anymore. And Connor, he's a great son, but he was definitely fuck this shit. And he went upstairs because the basement is his man cave. That's where he plays PlayStation and all that stuff. So he went back upstairs and he's like, fuck this, I'm gonna wait for mom to get home. And I got home a couple minutes later, and I was like, okay, I'm like, this is teamwork. I'm like, if he still has it somewhere, we need to grab it. And I'm like, explain to me again about the wall. He's like, yeah, the panel's coming off from the wall by the treadmill, and I shine my light inside of it, and there are just a bunch of bodies. He's like, it's a fucking graveyard. So what do I do? Because I'm not picking up these bodies. So we have a semi-finished basement. We have this shit ass plastic paneling that was there when we bought the house that is just up against the concrete, nailed into the concrete. Eventually it's going to come off because nails in concrete are shit, and they're short nails too. So it's bowing. This one panel is bowing. And so Connor shines his light. He's like, see, can you see that? And I'm like, holy fucking shit. There's just these tiny little bodies. And I'm like, keep an eye on it. I run upstairs and I get a roll of duct tape, and I just tape that fucker shut. I'm like, they will be one with the earth by the time I move out of this house. I don't even want to know that it's there. Everybody just as you were. But then I had pest control come today, and we've got traps all over the house. But Leah's reaction was my absolute favorite to this, because she's like, he's like a little serial killer. They probably all remind him of his mom.
I was
mommy issues.
I was like, he is collecting them all. I've seen this movie. He's looking to make a skin suit.
Yeah.
He's just gathering and hoarding the bodies, and he's going to just fillet them. And one day you're going to come downstairs and he's going to be just draped in little tiny mouse fur.
God, little mouse pelt.
Lampshade in the basement.
Here's the fucking issue is I live in a townhome, and so I share walls with my whole row, right? We share walls, and we share, we all have attics, and the attics, there's no cordoning off between the attics. The roofs just all go through, right? So if that's how they're getting in, there's nothing you can do. And we usually see maybe 1 to 2 in the winter. And I know that's still 1 to 2 too many, but so I asked my next door neighbor, she gets the same thing, but we are still having summer here. It's 80 degrees, why are these assholes like in my house? Um, so yeah, so I've got like traps, I've got like pest control that are coming like quarterly now. Um, and
And you have
unless
a crypt in the
and I have a
basement.
crypt. So have I ever told you guys about like my stink bug graveyard too? Like this house
I think you
should be
have, yes.
condemned. I can't believe I live here. And I've lived here for
I think
20
it's funny
years
that
and it's been a lovely house, but like yeah, the pest situation.
Well, I think it's funny that he organized them. Like, normally cats, when they kill stuff, they just like bring them to you and then like expect you to do something with them.
Yes.
I love that he's like, this is my area.
this is my treasure
If
box.
Yeah,
I and
I love it.
I don't know who's doing cuz like I have 3 cats and the female cat is afraid of the basement, but she came down the other night cuz she's like I need to know what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah,
But it's the
I'm
2 boys
nosy.
who were like guarding the wall. So I don't know if it's both. I don't know if it's like a team job or if it's one of them. But the funny thing is like usually when I catch them with a mouse, I usually catch them before the mouse is dead and I will, collect the mouse and take it outside and try and be humane. Um, but I have to chase my cats and like shake the mouse out of their mouths. Like they are
Yeah.
not they will bring me stuffed animal mouse presents every single night. Like there's howling outside my door every single night at about like midnight or 1 a.m. And I have to walk out and like thank them for the little hedgehog they brought me and like, good day, sir. But the real stuff, they're like, mine.
Mine. And I'm going to put it in my little, like, yeah, like Leah said, my little
They go
treasure
back.
box.
They have a look. They take their time. They have memories. They have memories associated with
Like,
each
do you
kill.
remember? Do you remember how we fucking murdered this one? Like
Yeah.
those were good.
And then they're
That
like,
was good times.
Yep.
So
And
yeah,
then
anybody
you're-
wants to come visit, I've got dead mice in the wall.
And now at night, these little mice are just haunted. Like you're just gonna like hear like
Mouse
little like,
ghosts.
yeah.
You know
little
what?
mouse
I'm
ghosts.
tucking that away for a book.
Avenge me! Avenge me!
God, those poor mice. Freaking cats. I swear to God.
So I think the one thing I want to circle back to is this attic that connects into everyone's house. Speaking of serial killers, because
Please don't
that's just
scare
like
me.
a serial killer highway up there. I remember once. So I read. Have you ever read the book Devil in a White City?
No, but I know the story.
Okay, so
I don't like true crime.
I'm not going to belabor this. I'm not going to talk about. I'm giving
like
you.
true crime.
So I don't like true crime either. I did not. I didn't think I was even. I didn't look at the back of the book. I was in summer mode visiting my parents. They had a book on the nightstand table. Why you would put that book on the nightstand table, I don't know. But I was like going to bed. It was like, before I had a smartphone probably, or before I was as addicted
Yeah, I
to my
also
phone.
won't read it because it's here in Chicago. And I'm like, no.
Yeah. So I picked it up and was like, I'm just going to start reading. I'm like, oh, I think I saw it was like something about like, it said something murdery, but I kind of glossed over it because it was talking about
World's
the
Fair.
Ferris wheel. The
Yeah.
Ferris wheel. And I was like, yeah, I'll learn a little bit about a Ferris wheel before bed. I stayed up the entire night, like boot on my neck, like reading about this fucking serial killer who shares a last name with my husband. And the
Yes,
house
H.H. Holmes.
the horrors of his hotel. And I was like deeply effed up by it. Was like, I'm sorry I read it, but like once I started, I couldn't stop. I like wish I didn't read it. And then a couple weeks after that, I was in San Luis Obispo, where you set your cowboy book.
I did.
And I was with my sister and I was with Poppy, my baby, who was an actual tiny infant. And we checked into the hotel and I was like, you know what? I just read a really freaking scary book about hotels. Like, I feel kind of weirded out about hotels. I think we just need to like check out the hotel. Just, it's a really cute hotel, but like, I just got to like check out the hotel. I open up the closet and I'm like, the closet looks weird. I'm like, am I being paranoid? The closet had a loose panel. I peel the panel back and I can just see this like hallway. It was like a utility hallway that must connect all the rooms to like do like work on it. And I was like, oh, hell no. Like that's where that's where they come and get you. And then you get put in the slide down to the gas chamber in the basement. And I was like, no. So I did what anybody would do in my situation, which was take all the movable furniture in the room and barricade the closet. So we were safe for the night.
So okay, that's terrifying. I have not been up in my attic, but I want to correct it to what I think it is. I don't think it's like wide open, like I could walk into somebody else's house, but there are gaps, like it's not sealed, like, roof to roof kind of thing. So yeah, I don't think it's if
I
I
might
could
put a
just
bear trap up there just in case.
a bear trap because when I had squirrels in my attic, nobody else.
I was gonna say in college, see, I like lived in a townhome, and you could just go up the stairs and walk straight across. All
In
the attics were open.
Don't tell
You
me
could just
that.
you just go like you could just then walk down their stairs, open up the door that leads to their attic, and just be in their second story.
So
Like
somebody
whole
can
way
just like,
across.
there's no like stairs, like you need a ladder to get to my attic, but it's like in my daughter's bedroom closet. So now I
No,
have
we
to,
just had stairs. Just
I
go
need to
right
like
up.
put a gate now.
Ours was terrifying, and that was the place. We had a dirt basement that I'm sure bodies were. I'm sure there were plenty of mouse bodies there, but there might have been real human bodies. It was a terrifying place, and it's now condemned. I've talked about that before,
So
but for good reason. Okay,
I'm going to be
So
sleeping with my door locked tonight, my bedroom door
yeah,
locked.
sorry.
So
I'm gonna read that book, by the way. Thank you. That sounds
you're
great.
yeah, if people like true crime and you're a monster, no, I'm
it's
kidding.
Eric
If you just
Larson, right?
if you like to prepare for the worst, yeah, Eric Larson. Then yeah, Devil in a White City. It is a compelling and deeply unpleasant read.
Deeply unpleasant read.
Okay,
You know what is not
Amy?
unpleasant though?
Yeah, I was like, you segue this one, baby.
What's not unpleasant is being a Swiftie. And I rarely, if ever, get to, insert the Swiftie verse into the K-drama verse. And tonight, I'm making it happen. And there's a reason why, because this episode is going to drop a couple of days before The Life of a Showgirl drops, and that is Taylor Swift's next album. Also same day that Genie Make a Wish drops. So, bringing it back to Taylor Swift. So I thought it would be fun for you two and for myself, but for us to think of K-dramas that could have Taylor Swift songs as their titles. So I have curated a list. Well, I already did it and gave it to you all yesterday, but I curated a list of Taylor Swift songs, one from every album, including the TV albums, which means what, Megan?
Taylor's version, which I just learned. I really thought it meant TV. I really thought she had a TV channel somewhere.
Say it. So TV albums as well as the original albums, and I picked a song from each one. And we did not share this with each other. So we have all gone through the list and we have made our choices. So here's the thing. A lot of these songs are songs that I know you two have never heard before. And the point of this is not to make you like go digging deep into like Swift lore and figure out what the songs mean, because songs mean something different to everybody. I just wanted like your knee-jerk reaction when you saw a song title. What K-drama popped into your head? So that's where we're going with this.
And it's very fun. I'm very excited. I had a fun time working on this today.
And, nobody asked for it, but I will make a playlist with all the songs that we used for this, and we can share that.
I would love to hear other people, like, what are your, because I feel like some listeners will like hear a song title and immediately think of a drama. So I
Right.
want to know.
Right. And I like that. I like when something just kind of like evokes. So okay. I'm not going to preface my first choice with anything. I just want to see what we all came up with. So this is going
Okay.
in order. Like all the albums are in chronological order of release. So we're going back to the beginning with Taylor Swift debut. And the song that I chose was Should Have Said No. So what did you all choose for a drama?
I'll go first just because this was really this is the first one that came to mind. Because again, I'm like interpreting these titles different ways.
I think it'll be funny if we came up with some of the same things too. Like I don't know if we did.
Okay. So my choice was chicken nugget because I should have said no. Actually, everyone should have said no. The actors, everyone should have said no to chicken nugget. Even though I still get endless enjoyment of like bringing it up, I still should have said no and like gotten those like 10 hours of my life back. So when I heard should have said no, the first thing I thought of was I should have said no to chicken nugget.
My reaction was similar, but Leah, you go first.
I did happiness and don't
Ooh.
move into a high rise right before the zombie outbreak, babies.
Should have
No,
said no.
right?
Should have said
Should have
no.
said no.
Don't fake marriage to get that cheap rent.
With 2 different beds in the bedroom. I'm still not over that. I'm still not over that.
Yeah, Bert and Ernie style.
Not even like matching like bed style, like bed frames or anything. Okay, so I kind of had the knee-jerk reaction that Megan did for should have said no. I put Sound of Magic.
You did think like I did. That's
But
so funny.
also, like, teen girls should say no to befriending
Yes.
random magicians in an abandoned theme park.
Random adult musicians?
Magicians. Not musician, magician.
Did I say musician?
Yes.
Random adult magicians.
In
Yeah.
abandoned theme parks. Like,
Abandoned theme
no.
parks. Say no.
Say no.
Say no.
Okay. Next album is Fearless and You Belong With Me. Pretty much everyone knows this song. It's a good song.
It is.
So what'd you pick?
Yeah, why don't you go first this time?
Okay, so mine. This one's pretty generic. This one's not funny. I just did one that actually worked.
It's okay.
So for this one, I did literal. I went with She Was Pretty. So this is one neither of you have seen. This is an old school Park Seo-joon one, and it's childhood friends. And the plain bestie knows they're meant to be.
Chose Lovely Runner because to me that was a very like you belong with me, and the heroine was going to kind of do anything in her power to make sure the hero was okay, but I also think she fully believed the whole time like he belongs with me.
And I did Head Over Heels.
Oh,
because like literally the second Yeonu walks into our shaman shrine, she falls in love. She can't tell him that she loves him because she has to protect him from death because he's supposed to die in 3 weeks. And so in her head, she's like, you belong with me. I want to make you realize it, but for now, I'm going to save your life. Okay, so Speak Now is actually kind of a special album to me because it was Speak Now Taylor's version, which is when I became a Swiftie, because that album dropped like right around the time that I went to the Eras tour. And so I listened to Speak Now Taylor's version on repeat, like for so long. But what's funny about that is because like my daughter like was a purist. Like if a TV like existed, then you don't listen to the original because at the time, you know, Taylor couldn't own her masters and, you know, it's a whole big thing. Now she does. And so we can go back and listen to all of them because she owns them all now. But the song that I chose, Better Than Revenge, Sydney likes the original version better. And so she's so like, Sydney is my daughter. And so she's so happy that she gets to listen to it now. It's a really good song. It is about, you know, like the jilted lover, like singing to the new girl. So it's, you know, she should keep in mind, there's nothing I do better than revenge. I'm like, it's a great line. Great line. Yeah. But anyway, which K-dramas did we pick for Better Than Revenge?
Or can I jump in on this one? So I did not do a K-drama for this one.
Okay.
I did a Thai drama for this. And I went with Kin Porsche because I thought, you know what? Vegas using jumper cables on Pete's nuts to continue his long-standing revenge on Kin and his family, and then catching feelings as he is electroshocking his balls because Pete's catching feelings. I mean, truly, what's better than revenge at that point?
Did not choose Ken Porsche for some of these, but I will tell you, it wasn't that it wasn't like I had to do K-dramas. I just sometimes picked one that I thought was a better example than Ken Porsche. But I will tell you, Ken Porsche came to mind for a lot of these. Ken Porsche is always in my brain. Like I need people to understand that Ken Porsche is literally a permanent resident somewhere in a wrinkle of a lobe. Okay.
Remember the dude's head in a box?
Oh, just
Okay.
and I love Ken Por so much. Remember when they made Ken dress up as a mermaid as punishment, and he had to wear like the flipper and like the fake bra? I can't.
Remember
Okay,
when
anyway.
they ate slices of plain bread out of the bag in bed and then farted on each other? Wasn't he like going down on him? And
Yeah.
then
It'll
he
always
hotboxed him mid blowjob
I
and was
will-
like, haha, as he's like eating bread in bed.
nothing will ever top Ken Porsche for me.
I mean, it's the most quality viewing experience of my entire life.
It was the most fun I've ever had. Most fun I've ever had. I can't. Anyway.
I want to do a recite. I want to watch it again. I want to do it again.
want to.
Let's do it again.
And like make Amy watch.
My God, I didn't know about the head in the box and farting.
Amy, I do feel like I think we need to do Ken Porsche Amy's version. AV.
God.
AV. Kim Porsche 80s version. That's the best. Oh my God, we so should. There's just so much goodness.
I would possibly be down for that.
And maybe just like once a week, we just check in. Like, so you don't have to do the whole thing in like one go. Just once a week, watch it. And then we just do a check-in. Like, where were we at this week? Were we at the hotbox blowjob? Were we at the mutual masturbation in the bar? Is the hedgehog alive or not?
Remember, Porsche pees in the koi pond and kills the koi. That's why he has to dress up as the mermaid, because as his punishment, he kills like these like precious koi.
And the oldest brother is like obsessed with the koi. Remember, they were like his babies.
He was devastated when they died because of urine.
Urine.
Intoxication.
They were so sensitive. These koi were so rich that a whiff of urine was like, they were like XXX.
I love Ken Porsche. That's the thing. No one can make me hate. Like no one can make me hate Ken Porsche. It was a cultural reset for me. Anyway,
the fucking was unparalleled.
Yeah, there's never been.
I'm moved by fucking half the time. Like Bridgerton. I was watching Bridgerton. Like, how many more butts can I watch flex in action? I don't care. Kim Porsche. Every time I was like, hang on a second.
Every time.
We should just start a YouTube channel just doing reactions to Kim Porsche.
That's all it is. Every week, it's Ken Porsche again.
It's just a loop of Ken Porsche. Okay, yeah.
All Better than revenge.
So, better than revenge. I actually chose The Glory. So I know The Glory is like a long revenge plot, but there were so many aspects of that drama that felt better. It was revenge, but it was like better than revenge. Because the thing that was interesting about the revenge in that I thought was done really well was the like enemies, the baddies, like imploded.
Yes.
In a way where they were the makers of their own destruction. And I thought that was more satisfying than her actually physically meting out the revenge on each person. She kind of just like pushed this snowball, and the snowball itself took on a life of its own, and just until it was like an avalanche taking everyone out. So for me, that was really like a better than revenge drama. Not for the faint of heart.
No.
That was a hard watch.
Yeah, no, and I had that one down in case you didn't pick it. But I also had, in case you did pick it, Marry My Husband.
Oh, shoot! That's a great one!
I
didn't even think of that for better than revenge.
I know, because, I mean, like, it is a revenge drama, but, like, what is better than getting revenge is going back in time after your husband murders you and setting things in motion. You don't do the revenge again. Like, everybody, you just know now not to trust anybody. And you know that that your husband and your best friend are horrible people. And you just kind of wait for them to turn on each other. And boy, do they. Because that ending, like the way that the baddies like get their comeuppance, damn. Pretty good. So yeah, The Glory and Marry My Husband are both, I think, very good at the instrument of revenge being more karmic than anything else. Because yeah, one of the things about Marry My Husband that I thought was cool. Um, one of the like sort of the conceits of it is anything that happened while she lived her first life had to happen to someone if it didn't happen to her or to the person it happened to before. And
Mhm.
so that's how a lot of the revenge kind of worked, is that basically fate like would make something happen to someone else instead of to her, or to the people that it happened to. Also, I mean, just because we're putting it out there, um, we both, Megan and I both love Marry My Husband, even though it does go off the rails at points. But if you want to see the worst, best car crash ever, where the hero saves the heroine by slow-mo driving into danger, please do. Please. And then look up
Slowest
some
crash
behind the
on it.
scenes reels, because the behind the scenes reels just make it even more hysterical when you see
Yeah,
them
it's
pushing Nanu's car on like like just pushing it. He's not even idling, just like pushing it. It's not even like a slow-mo effect. Like he's literally going that slow. So good. Okay. So our next album is Red, and the song is I Knew You Were Trouble. And before anybody gives their things, I want to make a Hadestown connection here. Because I know that Leah knows Hadestown, and Megan, you will know Hadestown soon. So the male protagonist, antagonist, whatever, in I Knew You Were Trouble is Reeve Carney, who is the original Orpheus in Hadestown.
no way. That's awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, so I Knew You Were Trouble.
I can do this one. So, Nevertheless is perfect for this.
Ah.
Um, so in Nevertheless, the female lead knows the male lead is a giant walking red flag who doesn't do relationships. Everyone warns her about him. She knows, but she's like, damn, we got good bed chem. And I know this is a bad idea, but throughout the entire series, just can't help herself.
Way to throw in a Sabrina Carpenter reference. That's
I am
great.
pop culturing out right
You
now.
are. I choose Duna because I think the hero knew immediately that Bae Suzy was trouble. And she was, but in the best of ways. But I feel like the first scene where he sees her like smoking a cigarette with that haircut in like the courtyard of his apartment, like that song could have been playing in the background.
Yeah. Perfect. That would be perfect.
Hmm.
So I like, again, I just went with knee jerk reaction, and what came for me was Bad and Crazy, because like, and it's hard to explain. I know it's hard to explain without doing any spoilers. I don't want to do any spoilers, but yeah, Kay. But like, is Kay the one who's trouble, or is Lee Dong-wook's character the one who's trouble? Either way, the two of them together are big trouble. Big trouble, but in a really good way, because they're big trouble for the baddies. But yeah, in the beginning, when we're all still trying to figure out what Kay's reason is for like seeking out Lee Dong-wook, I'm sorry, I forget what his name is in the drama.
Yeah, me too.
They get into some shit, and it's pretty
Mhm.
funny. It's awesome. I still like, in my head, like I picture like him riding on the back of Walk on the back of Kay's motorcycle facing the wrong way, and just like holding on for dear life. I love it so much.
And that like Lee Dong-wook like yell that he does so well, but yet
Yes.
still looks hot doing it. Like
Yes.
no one does exasperated like Lee Dong-wook.
Okay, so now we move on to, I think, like one of Taylor's best known albums for even those of us who aren't Swifties, and that's 1989. And in 1989, I chose, well, I feel like this was a Megan request. The song Bad Blood.
What'd you do, Megan?
So I actually chose I feel like I did want this one, but then I couldn't think of like I feel like I had one in mind when I originally thought of it and then couldn't. But so my thought process for this one was I wanted ones where people were like close in the past, but then when the drama starts, it's just bad blood. Okay. And the first one that came to mind was Tail the Nine-Tailed. Mentioning our
Oh, that's
good
a
old
good one.
yeah,
That
our
is such a good one.
who's our Gumio Iyun, and then his brother, played by Kim Bum, who plays Irong. And so in this one, there is so much bad blood between
Yes, that's a
Iyun
great one.
and Irong, and I love it so much because there was love once. They were brothers, they were very close. And to be honest, like Irong had we justify his actions because Eon did him wrong for sure. But there was major bad blood between the two of them, and it was kind of fun to watch Irong try to make Eon's life a living hell. So yeah, so much bad blood, and then the best back-to-back sword fight.
The
Fighting
best. Like
fighting
zombie
like
kind of things.
the undead. God, I love Tail the Night Tail.
I still, to this day, could not tell you what genre that drama is, but I loved it. It was one of the
Feel
we
like
thought it was horror in the beginning. Like, remember, we're like, is this like
Paranormal.
scary? But like, there was the scary ghost stuff in the beginning that like just never really like became anything. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's paranormal for sure.
I think I blocked out the bad parts. Truly do. I blocked out the things I didn't like about Tail the Nine-Tailed. So it's total like revisionist history because
I did not, but I'm okay with it still.
did.
I mean,
I did.
because the stuff that I didn't like, I liked.
Right.
Ultimately, it just didn't connect into anything. Like, did I enjoy the man drinking toilet water? I sure did.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. See, the
My
fur. Remember they
gosh,
were coughing
yes.
up fur?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
When
Leah, I
the
totally
eggs
forgot.
started coming out of mouths like that.
Lunar water.
My gosh.
So this is the thing is also Tail the Nine-Tailed 1938 was very good. Like I will
still
stand by
haven't finished it. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting
was
about
good.
it.
I think for me, I didn't watch it for a specific reason, and it was like, I think because I did like the romance a lot, like going back,
did.
I was just kind of like, meh, I just don't want to watch like adventuring. Like I'm here for, like I was here for the romance. So like to be in that kind of status point, I was kind of like, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I think because I like Tale of the Nine-Tailed 1938 so much too, I also think it warped my view of the first one in that I'm picking out the things I liked because I really did like the quote like prequel that wasn't a prequel. It was actually a sequel. Kind of. It was very weird, but I liked it. I thought it was well crafted to be able to have Kim Bum back because
And
that's
it's
like
a
I
fun
think
concept. It's a fun concept.
yeah, and it worked really
Make a
well.
prequel
And
be this
then
sequel.
yeah, and then so for me I'm just like, oh, Tale of the Nine-Tail's great. Like I total. But anyway, definitely Bad Blood.
Yeah, that's such a good one. I totally forgot.
Well, I went with, I think, again, no surprise. This one feels just like it is Bad Blood, and that is Itaewon Class. So we have Pak Seo-ri, and we've got two nemesis. The chairman, Dae-hee, who's the main villain, who, killed the hero's father in a hit-and-run cover-up and has spent years trying to destroy him. And then we have the son, who's a psychopath and is also continuing to terrorize Sari, and also has chicken trauma from being forced to
Man, that was terrible.
murder a chicken as a child to become hardened.
How much did I love him? How much did I love An Bo-hyun in Itaewon Class though? He was
But the bad blood they have, like the heroes and the antagonists have, is significant bad blood.
Yeah. That's a good one. For some reason I was like, I didn't think about An Bo-hyun specifically, in my opinion, and Park Seo-ri had
And the
just, like,
chairman too, though. Like
Chairman,
So
yeah.
bad.
so bad,
So
very bad
bad.
blood.
Yes. Yeah,
and
I mean,
excellent drama. And I mean, I still stand, like, I don't care what Megan says on this. The fact that Megan undersold this drama, I will always say watch it because it is so good. And I waited so
loved
long
it.
to watch it.
I loved it.
Yeah, you and I both
Yeah.
remember we were like, Megan talked so much, like was like meh, and then we both watched it. I'm like, this is my top 10.
I did talk shit. I did.
Yeah, it's
I
in my
liked
top
Park
10.
Seo-ri.
It remains in my top 10.
I like Park Seo-ri and An Bo-hyun. Like it gave me prison An Bo-hyun, which I'll always appreciate. Like there are things I like about it. Just FYI. But I think I was so
romance-
Don't say
sour.
it. Don't say it.
I'm not
No,
going to
don't
say
say
it,
it.
but I'm going
And
to
what
say
Megan doesn't like, not to minimize what Megan doesn't like. Megan's allowed to not like
She
it.
is.
I liked it.
I did
Yeah.
too. I did too.
I didn't like the romance, and the romance, because I didn't like the romance so much, it really colored so much of the drama for me, which I wish it didn't, because I do believe that there were so many great parts about the drama. But then I think at the end they put all this emphasis on the romance that I actually kind of hated. So I think that that's part of why it ruined it for me, and I don't get joy in that. I get joy in not liking Chicken Nugget. I didn't get joy in not
That
liking
makes
Itaewon
sense.
Class. It
That's
actually,
fair.
like, was upsetting that I didn't like it. But
That's fair.
I'll again, the shot of Ambo Hyun doing push-ups in prison with his hair dyed black will get me every time.
Yeah, because he's blonde for like the first half
He's
of
got
the
this
drama.
horrible dye
Yeah.
job at the beginning, and then he's in prison, and he goes, I mean, that poor guy, every single drama they put him in, they're just like, "Take your shirt off and be wet." Every drama.
Are they wrong?
No.
No, I
No.
still remember they made him in Flex X Cop, which I never finished, and it's not the drama's fault. It just, at the time, it wasn't what I was, like, looking for. But I remember I watched, like, a few episodes, and, like, episode 1, they have him, like, fully dressed in this, like, tight button down, and he had to jump into a lake for no reason. He did not have to do this. He did not have to jump in the lake. And then he had to get out all wet with this, like, skin tight shirt. I'm just like, his agent knows what he's good at.
Okay. So for me, for Bad Blood, Lawless Lawyer, Bong Sang Pil, and Ano Ju.
Anoju.
And again, a good back-to-back fight in the hospital. Like when enemies have to
will-
come together.
It's
Yep.
one of the best fight scenes in a K-drama because of the emotional impact of it and just the actual fight. It is chef's kiss. Like, was the drama outstanding? No, but it gave us Anoju, toe socks, and the hospital fight.
Look, as much as I hate the blue toe socks, I love the character. I love
This
the
is
character.
probably the drama that I cared about I didn't like it at all, but the amount of joy, like how happy am I watched it.
Right.
I liked it.
I feel like that's the thing about K-dramas is, like, sometimes we watch something and we didn't actually like it, but there is some sort of, like, gold that we mined from it.
Yes.
And Anoju is the gold that we got from Lawless Lawyer.
And look, I'm never gonna hate on Lee Joon-gi. Like, I love him in everything I see him in, even if I don't love the drama. Like, I watched all of Again My Life because of how much I love him, and I like the drama, and the drama was forgettable to me. Like, it was, it was like a Marry My Husband type of thing, but like so many politics and land deals and stuff, and I couldn't get through that. Anyway, Lawless Lawyer, though, for Bad Blood, great.
That's a great one.
Like, imagine having to work side by side with the guy who he killed his mom, right? Isn't that what it is? Or got his mom killed? Something along the lines?
Yes. No, Anoju killed his mom.
Yeah, Ano Ju killed his mom. Okay.
Yeah, Anoju killed his mom.
All right. There you go.
The direction of, like, the judge.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Remember, the judge won.
He was like the mad dog or whatever.
Yeah, so he was what's great about, like, the character of Ano Ju is he is a sympathetic villain in that, like, you understand how he became the way he did. He's not just, like, bad to be bad. And you see, like, how that happened and stuff like that. And I think that's the best kind of villain, when there's a villain that you, even though you can think they're terrible, you understand them.
Well, I remember there's a line where, like, she's like, "You only bark when I tell you to."
Yes.
Or no, she's like, "You only bite. You're allowed to bark, but you only bite when I tell you
Yes.
to." And he's basically like, he bucks against that finally. And then he does his own biting. And it's so freaking cool. Like, remember, he, like, he kind of almost, like, testifies against her.
Yeah.
But I remember the court doors, the court doors open, and it's like slow-mo, and he walks in. Even Bong Sang-pil's like, "Oh my God, what's Anoju doing here?" And it just, like, changed the trajectory of the drama just because that villain decided to make a very active choice to do something different. So, still one of the best villains.
actor just knows the lust I have for him, and I hope
Yes.
it gives him just like, I mean, I know I'm just like
It's
some random
Choi
middle-aged woman.
Min Soo, just so we give him his due. Choi Min Soo.
So I've been so if somebody thought about me with the regularity I think about him,
Sitting behind his desk and crossing his legs in his blue toe socks.
What is it when they say like your nose twitches and someone's thinking of you, or what is that?
and
I
my
don't know.
nose never itches. Nobody's thinking about
I
me.
hope his nose is itching all the time and he knows it's us.
I
And
hope he watches this and this just gives him an ego boost. I hope his whole family, like his kids, are like, Dad, they're doing it again.
yeah, like I wonder also if our listeners are like so tired of us talking about I don't know, and just so you know, we're not sorry and we're not done. We're not done. We'll never be done talking
Don't
about
kink shame me.
it.
Also, if you haven't watched the drama, like, he's a great character. Like, you don't have to
Oh,
love the
so
drama,
good.
but like, you gotta love him.
And if you haven't
do.
watched the drama, that's fine. Just
Search
And he
up
does the
Ano
tongue
Ju
thing
and
in
toe
his
socks.
mouth?
Oh yeah.
I just hurt my
You have an Ano Jew related
Ugh.
injury.
Worth
the
it.
tongue, any mouth stuff gets me, and
Yeah.
like, yeah.
He's constant in that. I almost sent you a finger and mouth short video today. The drama that it's from is so terrible, so I didn't really, but I almost sent it to you. I should have just sent it. You would have liked it.
I love, you know me, I just love that oral fixation.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to one of my favorite albums, I would say, which is Reputation. And I gave a choice here of 2 different songs.
Well, I thought this was one song.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Like you could either do I Did Something Bad or Look What You Made Me Do. Similar vibes to each song, I would say. I Did Something Bad, though. I love that song so much because of there used to be a Reputation like documentary on Netflix, and it came down. I hope it goes back up now that she owns like everything. But the Rep tour performance of I Did Something Bad, one of the best things I've ever seen. I'll put a link in the show notes if you haven't seen it because it's so fucking good. And it's such a great song. So anyway, either I Did Something Bad or Look What You Made Me Do. So sorry I didn't do a good job of separating those.
No, it's okay. I just was, for some reason, because I'm not a Swiftie, but I know both the songs. Now it makes sense because I actually do know what both the songs are. But when I wasn't thinking about it and I saw it, I was like, oh, it's just a really long song title name.
She really had a lot to get out in this one song.
But I'm going to go first because mine just works in general. Again, this is not a funny one. I did not interpret it in a ironic way. I went with The Glory.
Yeah.
Which works both ways.
Absolutely.
And basically, it's revenge is served cold after being branded. This is what happens when you get bullied. You might grow up to do something bad, but is it really so bad? Because look what you made me do when you burned me with a curling iron.
Oof. Yeah, the bullying in that is bad.
Yeah, that bully, I hated it. That was
very hard to watch.
It was very brutal.
And then it was also toxic. Okay, really quick digression here. What's the hero's name in that again? Or not the hero, the villain's name. Hang on. Glory. I had an awkward conversation last night. So I did a book signing last night. Yay, that was fun. And in it, we were at the table and they were talking about K-dramas just a little bit. And somebody said something like, well, Bon Appetit, Your Majesty was recommended to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I'm actually have gotten like an uptick in this drama being recommended to me. And somebody was like, but there's a lot of bullying energy at the beginning. And I almost stopped watching it because like the king's like a real bully. And everyone was like, oh yeah, I couldn't handle that. And I was like, well, I wasn't interested in watching it before, but now for me, you just sold me with that, which is problematic and toxic. But I then should have kept that inside thought because I don't know these people. And instead I was like, well, actually, that makes me much more interested. And they were all basically like, okay, you fucking anti-feminist.
Okay, you weirdo. Oh no.
I was like, you don't understand. It's feminist to like being bullied fictionally. But anyway.
So Leah's just putting it out there, disclaimer. She doesn't really
the
like
hero,
bullying. Yeah.
the villain, one of the villains in The Glory. He can't see color,
Yeah, the color.
but
Park Sung-hoon.
Yeah,
could
I mean
be-
that's where we all kind of fell for, because we watched him already in Into the Ring, and we were like, how is
he
this
was
the
really
same
cute in Into
guy?
the Ring, but when he was bad and evil, he
Yeah.
was hot.
Well, that's
Like, all
why
that
you loved him in
toxic
Queen of
dressing room-
Tears.
Yes, the toxic dressing room fucking and stuff. Come on.
Oh
Yeah. He was so good in that.
Like,
And then-
yeah, the problem with The Glory for me was that I enjoyed elements that I should not have enjoyed.
But I mean, his comeuppance is bad.
He gets like sealed in concrete.
Yes,
Like, it's
He gets
terrible.
he gets dropped into falls into a vat of cement. Yeah.
To break him out and keep him like a Han Solo cast. Like my Jabba the Hutt moment. Frozen in time.
Megan doesn't know what
Anyway.
that means.
Oh yeah. Megan's laughing away.
Han
No
Solo and
clue.
Carbonite? What's that?
What?
Just
No
just
idea.
happily laughing.
I love you.
Yeah,
I know. What?
No way. Now I know you're a fake chuckler. I'm gonna just say things and you're gonna be like, I don't know what she's saying.
It's like, I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna be like, explain it to me.
Nothing.
Explain me.
So
the
at
whole
the end
plot.
of The Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah, like I would be like, I don't want to hear that right now.
it's the most
Shut up.
romantic thing though, because Princess Leia says "I love you," and then he says "I know"
I have heard that just now.
right before he's frozen in carbonite. Okay, so
Okay.
I chose, and I think this fits either I did something bad or look what you made me do. I chose Flower of Evil.
Ooh, okay.
And there's not a lot I can say about it. Every time I talk about Flower of Evil, I'm like, I really can't tell you. But let's just say that this drama was my introduction to Kim Ji-hoon, and I will never forget Kim Ji-hoon and the things he does in this drama.
Mhm.
Ma,
Mhm.
ma, and like I will never ever. It doesn't matter what I see him in now. If I see Kim Ji-hoon putting his hair in a ponytail, shit's gonna go down.
So funny you mentioned Kim Ji-hoon because he is in what I'm going to talk about, which is Ballerina. So Ballerina is a movie. I don't talk about Ballerina enough because in all honesty, it's a fucking great movie. Okay. So Ballerina is a revenge drama. It is about a woman who is like really skilled in like martial arts. She used to be a bodyguard and she has a friend who is a ballerina. And while the movie doesn't explicitly state that like this is like a romantic relationship, she loves the ballerina. I don't care what anyone says. They loved each other in a romantic way. That is my canon for Ballerina. Ballerina is found dead and she leaves the heroine who is played by Jun Jong-so. So she's Okju in the movie. She leaves Okju a note that is basically like revenge, like avenge me, avenge my death. And the ballerina, or I'm sorry, and then Okju goes on a revenge campaign, and it is crazy. She takes down hundreds of men. I mean, she wreaks havoc for her friend, and it is so badass. The fight scenes are so cool, and Kim Ji-hoon plays kind of the ultimate villain. He is scum. Like, you absolutely hate him. There is some sexual assault plot lines in this drama, not against the heroine, but against other people. So just FYI, if that's a rough watch for you, I would stay away because it's a pretty prevalent plot line. You will hate Kim Ji-hoon, but you'll also be like, holy shit, he's the best villain ever, because he is. So yeah, basically, Look What You Made Me Do is honestly Okju's, like, it's her mantra, because she's like, you killed the woman I love. Look what you made me do. I will take out all of you. And she does, and it's badass. It's a really good movie. I highly recommend it.
That sounds really good.
It's on Netflix. What is that?
Sounds like a train, but
It sounded like a train at my house. That's what it sounded like.
somebody just honked the horn outside.
For those of you who don't know, so every once in a while we would podcast in the afternoon, and I have a train track right by my house, and the girls would be like, "Oh my god, I can hear the train." But anyway, yeah, I think Ballerina is on Netflix. I would check it out if you haven't.
All right. Next up, we have Lover. Quick piece of trivia. Taylor Swift never got to tour for Lover because Loverfest was supposed to happen, and then COVID happened. So that's kind of how the Eras tour came about, because she missed touring for a whole album, and then she put out the next 2 albums, Folklore and Evermore, during the pandemic. Yeah, and then we got Midnights in the Eras tour. Anyway, Lover. This is a song also that I think a lot of people know, and it's You Need to Calm Down.
Man, this song was freaking everywhere when it came out. I mean, it was everywhere. So I took this kind of literally. I had a little bit of a problem thinking of a drama for this. So I kind of looked up like unlikable characters in K-dramas and just kind of like see, like, you know what I mean? And this one came up and I was like, this made me laugh. This made me laugh thinking someone saying, you need to calm down to this character, and that's Guinam and All of Us Are Dead.
That's amazing.
Just the thought of someone being like, dude, stop, you need to calm down, to this like undead teenager zombie made me laugh really hard, and that's why I chose that one.
That's a good one.
Okay, so for mine, I went with When the Phone Rings, because that villain needed to fucking calm it down. Like, he just kept popping it. Like by the end, I was like, how, like, come on.
Seriously.
You need to calm down. Like by the time you're locked in the little room with the pottery, like, come on.
Right. That's
They
like
just
in
keep
Crash
energizing
Landing
the
on
button.
You too. The villain in Crash Landing on You. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, go
Calm down.
away.
Calm down, my daughter.
Like, you're
Calm
just
down.
bad, just to be bad. Like, there's nothing. Yeah. And like the 20, yeah. And When the Phone Rings, like the lifelong, like, vengeance. I don't know. Anyway, so I chose for You Need to Calm Down. I did not go with like a whole drama theme here, but this is sadly something that we never stop talking about. And I chose Business Proposal because, bro, it's just rain. You need to calm down.
Oh,
It's just a little rain.
it's a little rain, buddy. You need to calm
You
down.
need to calm down.
Calm it down.
That's so funny. That's a good one.
Okay. So, yeah, so Folklore and Evermore are basically like sister albums. They both came out during the pandemic. And so the first one we are doing is My Tears Ricochet from Folklore.
Do you know this song, Leah?
I do not. Do
Yeah,
you?
I did not.
It's good. It's not, yeah. So Folklore and Evermore are both they're more folksy, they're atmospheric, they're more like kind of ethereal. And so the songs from these that like would have ended up on the radio are not ones that I chose. But yeah.
So this one I did. Can I just give mine really
Yeah.
quickly? Because there's a lot to it. I went with Queen of Tears
That's a good
because
one.
the show is basically 90% crying and 10% scheming.
Yeah, I also had never heard of the songs, and I looked up some of them, but I didn't look this one up because the first one I thought of was Goblin, and
That's what
the
I
Reaper
did.
Okay, I thought of the Reaper's
Yes.
single tear,
Yep.
and that it's the most famous tear in K-drama land, in my opinion.
100%. Yeah, and that's the whole thing is I didn't like I picked songs that I liked. I was like, you know what, this is my script, this is
Yeah.
my idea. I'm picking songs that I
It
liked,
is.
but also
Yeah.
songs that I thought could connect to something in a drama just by the title. Like, that's the whole thing. Is like, I don't want you to feel like you have to know the whole song and what the song is about, because it doesn't matter if it fits a drama.
In a way, it was like name the drama that first comes to
Yeah,
mind.
pretty much.
And I'm like,
that's what came
Goblin.
to mind for me, because that's exactly what I thought of. Because like, could Reaper and Sunny's like storyline, if we were just looking at the two of them, could their storyline be called My Tears Ricochet?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because the
You're
song
right.
is kind of about like the idea of ricocheting is like that, like your tears kind of become a weapon towards those who hurt you, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Evermore. I chose Champagne Problems. And so the title, I mean, the song itself, you don't need to know the song, but like the term Champagne Problems, like is like boohoo, champagne problems, like there's bigger things going on in the world kind of thing, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So
That's what I thought that referred to. That's what it made me think of. It kind of, yeah. Well, the first person who came to mind was Sodan in the beginning of Crash Landing on You.
that's a
I
good
feel like
one.
she very much only had champagne problems in a way in the beginning.
Yes.
I think she had something deeper than that, but I also don't know if she realized how deep things were in her life until later in the drama. But I feel like at the very beginning, her character seemed to me like a very champagne problems. She's concerned about like her clothes and everything like outwardly, and and same with her mother, like the reputation of their family.
So I did Fated to Love You because it's the ultimate chaebol romance to me. And yeah, it's, rich people got problems, and then, one of the poors marries into rich family, and then she has problems because now she's in the rich family.
So kind of similarly, I chose Queen of Tears, which is kind of the same thing. So Kim Soo Hyun and Kim Ji Won, are young lovers who end up getting married. She's like the Chaebol family and he is the country boy. Um and the marriage ends up like not going well because basically he becomes like a kept man in this rich household and he feels like he's like losing himself and stuff like that. And there is some like very real problems between them and I think it's done very well. But his family, because of like when he tells them that he wants to get divorced, his family is, like suck it up, like champagne problems, buddy. Like you are, part of this wealthy family. Like if you, if you leave her, you're going to lose everything. And then he finds out that she's got a deadly brain tumor, and he's like, "Woohoo! I just got to stick it out until she dies." Um, and then other things happen. But anyway, yeah, like I thought that very similar to what you're saying, Leah, with "Fated to Love You."
All right, I'm curious about this next one.
Fearless TV. I just wrote Fearless TV, Fearless Taylor's version, and it's Mr. Perfectly Fine, which is a vault tracks. For anybody who doesn't know what I mean by vault track, when Taylor Swift writes an album, she doesn't just write the songs that are on the album. There's a lot of songs that get like tossed, and we're going to throw those in the vault and they'll come later. So whenever she released a Taylor's version album, she tacked on some of those vault tracks. And so Mr. Perfectly Fine is one of those vault tracks.
So I don't know what this
Yeah.
song is, and I didn't look it up just because it actually was kind of fun to just go based on the title. So for Mr. Perfectly Fine, I chose Mr. Plankton.
Ah,
Oh,
that's a good one.
It's a
I was
good one.
I was actually really proud. This was the one I think I was most proud of because at the very beginning, you have Jo Jae Mi, played by Yoo Mi, and she is engaged to Oh Jung Se. And Oh Hyung, but played by Oh Jung Se. And Oh Jung Se is perfectly fine. Like he
Oh,
is a
he's so
perfectly
good.
fine, good man. Is he who she loves? No, because who she loves is Udo Wan. But it made me that's who I thought of. I thought of our lovely Oh Jung, our perfectly fine Jung Se in Mr. Plankton.
That's a good one.
Okay, I did 2. Dang. Amy, we do yours just in case. Because if you do one of mine, I'm gonna pull it back.
You'll do the other one? Okay, so I did What's Wrong with Secretary Kim.
Oh, okay.
So even knowing the song and knowing what it might possibly mean, I didn't even go that direction. I just went with like what hit me first. And Park Seo-joon's character and Park Min-young's character, so Lee Young-joon and Kim Mi-so respectively, they seem like they're just, like boss and secretary, and that they're both like just perfectly fine. Like the only problem in their life, so it seems, is that she wants to get a new job. She wants to find herself. She doesn't want to be his secretary anymore. And they both seem like they're just, other than that, perfectly fine, especially him. Like we see him getting ready for work in the morning and like he's like, aura, and like loving looking in the mirror at himself, loving walking into the office. And then you find out they have a very traumatic past.
And he's afraid of zip ties.
Yes,
Like,
very traumatic
yeah.
past. So it's putting on this act of being perfectly fine. Which the song is not. I'll tell you about the song when I hear yours, Leah. But the song has nothing to do with what I just said. I just went with my knee jerk.
All right, I did too, and that's fine. Whatever. I won't belabor either. So the first one I did my liberation notes is shout out to Mr. Goo, who I don't talk about enough. But look, if you are a sad man with sad feelings, drinking yourself into an early grave in a sweaty all town, you're not really fine. You want someone to worship. I just thought it was an ironic title. I thought it would be a good one.
Yeah.
And then the one that I thought of after, as I was sitting here, because it was just niggling at me, I was like, I like that one. I still want to do it because I want to talk about Mr. Goo, even to give him a shout out. Healer, duh.
God, that's so
Aw.
good.
And I haven't done I usually don't bring up Healer as mine. And I was like, Healer again, a classic, like a rewatch. I need to rewatch it. And yeah, so Healer, we have the ultimate damaged bad boy. And he's gonna say everything's fine. He's on his grind
So
to move
good.
to his island.
It's on his grind.
He's trying to make
So
his nut.
good.
He's trying to make his nut so he can move to his tropical island alone. He's
Yeah.
fine.
That's
guys.
a really good
He is-
one.
He's fucking fine. And if
That
he
is.
is Spider-Man hiding in the heroine's roof or ceiling,
Oh my
looking down
gosh,
at her,
amazing.
watching her at all times, he's not lonely.
He's
He's
fine.
just attentive.
He's fine.
He's attentive.
He's on the job. He's fine.
We all have hobbies.
This is funny because you guys, I looked at it from the romance point of view because I was like, who's a guy who's perfectly fine but not who she wants? Whereas you chose emotionally repressed characters. When I said Mr. Plankton, did you think I meant Udo Wan,
Yeah,
not Oh
that's what I thought you were going for.
Oh, okay. Which I looked at it different, which that's what's fun
Yeah.
about this is we're kind of looking at the titles differently. But that's funny because actually with Mr. Plankton, it could have also been Udo Wan's character where he's like, I'm perfectly fine even though he's dying of multiple brain clots. But I looked at it as the other way where she was marrying someone that was perfectly fine but not who she wanted.
So the song actually is a breakup song, and it's the idea of the person you're with when they make you all these promises and they love you and you're so important, blah blah blah, and then as soon as you break up, they're totally fine. You're the only one heartbroken, and they're look at you, Mr. Perfectly Fine.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
really
Yeah.
good song. It's a good song. I like it a
Okay.
lot. Okay, Red Taylor's version. Now, it does not matter that the song I chose, that I'm prefacing it with, that it's the 10-minute version, but I think it's amazing that she did this. So All Too Well, the 10-minute version, when she first wrote the song, All Too Well, which is on the original Red album, she talked about how she just had so much more to say and there were just so many more verses, but she obviously had to cut it because you can't put a 10-minute song on an album. But now, I mean, in the 2020s, it's Taylor Swift and she can do whatever the fuck she wants. So she re-recorded it as 10 minutes. And when I tell you now, I don't know every word to All Too Well, but when I was at the concert, and she sang All Too Well, all those Swifties, of which I was brand spanking new, knew every fucking word and sang with her for 10 full minutes. It's crazy.
That is
But then she
crazy.
also made a video, but the video is a 10-minute movie. And she directed it, she wrote it, directed it. It's really good. It's got Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. So
I didn't watch it, but I remember seeing it, I think.
Yep. Sadie Sink
yeah.
and Dylan O'Brien, I think.
Okay, then yeah. Oh, I love them. Oh my God, I love Dylan O'Brien. Love Dylan O'Brien.
I'm pretty sure it's on. Let me double check. Dylan O'Brien, All Too Well. Yup. Because this is the fictional retelling of her relationship with a certain actor who didn't treat her well.
This one I did look up because I actually did not know. The title wasn't giving me enough, and
Okay.
I didn't know what the song was about. So I did look up some lyrics. Um, and the first drama that came to mind was Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo, which is Korean BL. So the song is definitely about, it's about like a couple that is no longer together, and she's kind of talking about, she kind of is reminiscing about some of the good things, but then also talking about like the heartaches. She's actually like um going through when she knew the relationship was like going bad. And it made me feel like, as I'm reading the lyrics, it made me feel the angst that I felt when I watched Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo, which is about two men who had a teenage relationship that was very real for both of them. And then they were split up and they like kind of reunite 10 years later, but there's a lot of pain um that revolved around how they split and like what happened in the meantime since they split. And so yeah, it was kind of like, as I'm reading the lyrics, the vibes of this song made
Mhm.
me feel similar, and that's why I chose Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo, which is still an absolutely superior K-drama for me.
And I still need to watch it. I need to get
You
Aichi.
do. You would love it.
Yeah, I
It's so
know.
angsty. It's so angsty. So good.
Oh, might not. Okay. Can I go?
Yeah. That's I was waiting.
Okay. Mr. Sunshine.
Good one.
And look, Samurai remembers all too well. He can't forget. And so that's why we get the best sexually repressed skirt stroke of all time.
So, I mean, and I went with like a breakup, like reunification too, not nearly as angsty as Mr. Sunshine. And I went with Our Beloved Summer. Because we've got Kim Da-mi and Choi Woo-shik as Yeon-soo and Choi Woong, and they as teens were like followed along in this documentary like when they were in high school, and it ended up like bringing them together like romantically. And then we come to present day where the documentary people want to like go back and like see where are they now, and they're estranged now and we don't know why. And it's definitely a quieter version of angst, but it's one that we all three love, right? We all love this one, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, it wasn't my favorite.
it's not my favorite, but I liked it a lot. And it is that thing like what I love about breakups is everybody has their own truth of what happened, that they remember all too well, but sometimes your version of the truth and the other person's version of the truth aren't the same. I'm not saying that for like Taylor's song. So nobody come at me and say that I'm siding with the other person from the song. No. But in Our Beloved Summer, that's one of the things that I like about when there is like the sort of when there is a miscommunication trope. I like when each person doesn't quite remember it the way the other person did. Okay. Moving on to Midnights. And so I picked two songs that kind of deal with the same thing, but in different ways. So either Vigilante Shit, which is more of a revenge kind of song, or Karma.
So
I
I
thought
didn't.
Vigilante and shit and Karma were the same.
Leah.
So you thought there was a song called either Vigilante Shit or Karma? Like that whole
I just
line.
thought, like, yeah. I mean, look, I listened
But
to
I wrote
K-pop.
either. I wrote either.
No, it was just a little like a little slash, like a slashy.
What?
Or did I just transcribe? Like, maybe I just transcribed it wrong, and so I wrote it like Vigilante Shit / Karma.
I put
in my
no.
note.
I wrote out
Oh.
either Vigilante Shit or Karma.
Okay. So when I transcribed it, because I wrote them down, I put a dash, and then in my mind it doesn't matter. Mine
Yeah.
still fits.
What did you choose?
Vincenzo.
Wait, you didn't watch?
I watched the
Okay,
first
true.
3 episodes.
Wait, I didn't
And-
realize you watched any of it.
Yeah, I started it and was like, absolutely not. No, thank you.
My God, I didn't realize you started
I
it.
watched
Okay.
none
No,
of
I
it.
got 3 episodes in and was like, I can't do this.
Same, but okay.
Wait, I thought you finished it.
No, I only got through episodes 3 to 4, maybe.
Oh, I thought you watched the whole thing.
No, I couldn't.
No,
deal.
like it was too slapstick. It was just
very
it just
weird.
wasn't for me. And I
Yeah, it wasn't for me.
I actually don't mind mafia stuff. Like we've talked about Godfather. I can't believe who here hadn't seen Godfather. Was it you, Megan?
Me,
No,
and I
Amy.
never,
You,
and,
Amy?
and I didn't watch it.
Mafia stuff is literally what I like. It's funny you mentioned mafia shit because I didn't like Vincenzo mafia shit, but you know what mafia shit I did like was Mercy for None. So I'm going to mention Mercy for None. Lia and Amy did not watch this. Amy wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole because it is literally nothing but bloody fights. It is so violent that by the end, I think, though, this is what I think I took a screenshot where the subtitles said blood squelching, and I said, this is the entire drama. Is
Gross.
blood squelching.
Gross.
That's so true. It's so true. And everyone who's seen it agreed with me. Anyway, so Mercy for None is
It's got like two of my
Korean-
favorite people in it too.
It does. So it's like a Korean John Wick. But the two, I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler for Mercy for None. The two villains are Gong Myung and Chu Young-woo. And it's crazy to see them in villain roles when I have only seen them as like marshmallows, you know? But it is, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like a Korean John Wick. So he goes full vigilante, revenge for his brother's death. And it's karma too for a lot of these people because they've been doing bad shit for a long time. And there is one man who can be stabbed and shot. And I mean, I started to think this was paranormal. I mean, this guy survived everything. It's like he must be undead at this point. But yeah, that's it. I freaking loved it.
So I went with Healer for
Oh.
vigilante shit, even though like he is not out for vengeance, but he is kind of like a vigilante superhero kind of thing, right? He's a hired quote unquote errand boy, but he's really everything that he does that he gets hired to do is like trying to take down the baddies. And every superhero also like needs their right hand,
Yeah.
man in the shadows helping them get it done. Batman had Alfred, and Healer had Ajuma, Kim Kyung, and together, yeah, they were doing some vigilante shit, especially at the end, because at the end they do go rogue and they're really, trying to get the baddies.
And if there's going to be a right-hand man, to have it be an Ajuma with like a kimbap addiction.
My gosh. And like even at the end, like where she is about, because nobody knows who she is, right? Like she's always in his ear, but nobody knows who she is. And right when they're about to like find her like little like hacker lair, she's making gimbap and she doesn't want to leave before she gets her gimbap. And it's so funny. Yeah. So if you want some vigilante shit without blood squelching, might I recommend Healer?
Oh God.
All right. Speak Now TV. Taylor's version. Vault Track is Timeless.
Leo, what did you choose?
I did Goblin.
Ooh, that's good.
That's a
Look,
good one.
it's about love transcending time and death.
That's what the song's about.
Well, I chose wisely.
You did.
I don't even know this song.
Yeah, I didn't know the song either, but I chose A Time Called You because same thing. I thought, did you choose that one, Amy?
I Had a Time Called You or Lovely Runner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just because, yeah, I think both of those fit. I
Yes.
actually, love is going to cross times, dimensions, bodies, whatever.
Yep. Your person, if there's your person that you are fated to be with, like they will find you. No matter what. Yeah, so A Time Called You and Lovely Runner was like perfect.
And you know what? Kin Porsche is also time. Leah didn't hear me.
I did.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Timeless
It's a timeless.
love for the ages.
Okay. We're almost there, folks. We've got 3 left.
Okay.
3 left. We can do it.
Yep.
Okay, 1989 Taylor's version, Vault Track, Now That We Don't Talk.
So I actually had Our Beloved Summer, but since you mentioned that,
I had that too.
yeah, because that's like a classic one where
Yeah.
the drama literally starts.
Well,
and they
because
don't
I
talk.
chose it, that's why I had to choose a different one here. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose a go back couple for this one, which is
Ooh, that's a good one.
another second chance romance where um a married couple who is like pretty much like they're estranged at this point um they go back in time to their younger selves and to when they first met in like college or something. Was it college or high school? I
College.
think it
It
was
was
college.
college.
And it was really I really loved watching them like reconnect and remember like why they fell in love with each other in the first place, and also come to understand how kind of issues they didn't address in their marriage just kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger, and they let the communication kind of fester, and so they have a chance to kind of like start over, but they do not talk at the they really are they kind of hate each other at the beginning.
And they're like when they go back in time, they both know that they've both gone back in time. Like they figure it out early
It's a
on,
really good one.
and they decide let's like nip this in the bud. Like we are not
Right.
we are not. Um and yeah, you know what? I think then we could also bump that up to timeless too, because I love what
Very
ends
true.
up happening.
Yeah.
Leah, what'd you have?
I had Our Beloved Summer.
Oh, okay.
So I was not turning over fresh
Well,
territory here.
I have one that's very similar, which is one that Megan and I are watching right now called My Youth.
True.
With Song
Yeah.
Joong Ki. And we've got there's a documentary happening. It is, so I did not know this until I started watching it. Then I was talking to Sarah from K-Drama This, and she's like, "Well, you know, it's the is it the writer or the director of Run On? I don't remember which it was, but there's a Run On connection. I think it might be a writer. I'm not sure."
I think it's the writer.
And I was like, "Oh shit."
I know.
Because it is quiet. Like I will say this, it's quiet. I don't quite know what everybody's motivations are. But I'm just liking the vibe of it. It's really weird. But anyway, the hero and the heroine meet in high school. They start developing a very close friendship. But because of things going on in the hero's life, when the heroine does try and take it to the next level, she is brutally rebuffed and does not take it well. And now, however many years later, they're grown-ups. She needs him to agree to do this documentary for her because she is the manager of somebody who needs to be in this documentary. And there's a connection with him because they were child actors together. Yeah, so I I really like this drama. I really like that that it's dealing with this. I mean, because you see why they split apart when they're teens, and it's not like a dumb miscommunication. It is. It kind of makes sense for the way that like teenagers behave at that time. So I'm interested to see how they how they deal with that. But like, yeah, they haven't talked in years, and now she pops into his flower shop and pretends like she doesn't know him, and has to ask him to do this documentary. And it's good stuff. Okay. The penultimate song from Tortured Poets Department is The Prophecy.
I don't even remember this song.
My God, it's like one of my favorites.
Okay, well, I can do mine. I did Moon Lovers. Knowing nothing about the prophecy, all I could think of was like what felt vaguely prophetic and, mystical, and gave that vibe of, mysticism that to me prophecy conjures up. So this was just a hunt in the dark, but it was the first thing that came to my mind.
So I brought up one that I don't talk about a lot. So that's why I was like, this it fits this, so I'll bring it up, and that's While You Were Sleeping, which I watched a long time ago. So While You Were Sleeping stars Bae Suzy and Lee Jong Suk, and in it, Bae Suzy dreams of others' deaths. But she when she dreams of them, she's not like given she's really only given like context clues, and she tries to prevent the deaths that she dreams about, but she often can't, because she can't figure out who it is or where it is or whatever. But it's, again, she has prophetic dreams, and she has a dream about Lee Jong-suk, and she manages to save him, and then a romance starts, and he helps her try to like solve the deaths of other people. And I really liked it. I just feel like it was a little bit forgettable, which might have just been due to like when I watched it in my K-drama watching journey. I wonder if I would like it again more if I watched it again. I will say there was a wonderful second male lead in Jung Hae in this. He's adorable. He's such a good second male lead in this. Like, you'll get
I
second
don't
male
know
leads
why I
from
didn't watch this now. I'm like
I know
having
it sounds
regret.
good.
Yeah, it is good. I wish I talked about it more because, again, I feel I will say that Lee Jong-suk is not my favorite, and it's not his fault. I just think there is like a disconnect there for me. And Bae Suzy again plays a little bit of like her water bottle character that she can play sometimes. Um, but it was a very good drama with a very good premise. So, and yeah, I don't talk about it enough.
Okay. So I did Alchemy of Souls. Because in Alchemy of Souls, where I met
Oh, that's a great one.
Lee Jae-uk and was forever changed. So in Alchemy of Souls, it is a fictional like country realm, whatever, called Daeho. And pretty much like all of the upper class people are like mages. But you've got Jung-uk he can't access his powers. Like he's born a mage, but he can't access his powers. And what we don't really know in the beginning, but we find out is that there is this prophecy that someone dangerous is going to be coming who could like capture the king's star. And the king's star is this like relic, like stone, that basically makes people be able to soul swap. Um, and yeah, and so as you get into the series, you find out like Jungkook's connection to that and stuff like that. But it is all trying to keep this prophecy from happening. But of course, like mayhem is happening in the very beginning of the drama, and with people swapping bodies and all sorts of shit. And it's so good, and it's 30 episodes, and it's worth 30 plus hours of your life. Go watch it.
It is.
And finally, the last album, Life of a Showgirl. I just chose a song title because I don't know what any of them mean. I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out. It's not out yet. It's out in a couple days once this episode here drops. So I chose Actually Romantic.
So I'm going to do one that like might surprise some listeners because I feel like some people were kind of like bummed that we didn't come out harder for this. And sometimes I just, these are times where we got to stand on business of like what we said when we said it. And I'm going with My Dearest season 1.
Okay.
Season 1.
Because season 1, My Dearest, is some of the most romantic shit I've ever seen in my entire life. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
No notes.
None.
Perfect.
None.
Perfect.
It was some of the most perfect K-drama television that's ever been created.
Ever. That I've seen in my entire life. Do I think it fumbled the bag for its quote season 2? Absolutely. Season 1, perfect. Romantic as hell.
Sometimes I do think about the like some of the scenes from season 1, and I'm like overwhelmed again because it was so good. Because you want to know what I almost chose for the very first song? Should have said no. I was going to say
Season
Squid
2.
Game?
season 2 of My Dearest. It's double amnesia. That's what I was gonna say.
I should have left it at season 1, but it's just like, oh man. So yeah, so I feel like there's times that people are like, oh my gosh, and look, if you love season 2, we've talked about this now, like love it. I loved season 1 so much that season 2 made me upset. And I think because I loved season 1 so much, I had an outsized disappointment for season 2. And now it's been painted that like we just didn't like this drama, which is factually incorrect. Megan and I were obsessed. Like I said, 10 out of 10, no notes. And then went down to like meh.
So it's funny because in my top 10, I have My Dearest season 1. It's like my Taylor's version. Like I have parentheses, season 1. Season 1 of My Dearest was some of the best K-drama television I've ever seen. It was so good. I remember being consumed by it. Consumed. And we talked about this before. Sometimes when we like something so much and then it lets us down, it makes us, we're mad. We're like, we talk about it more because we're mad about it. So, this will probably make some people mad too. Okay, so I chose what was not actually romantic, and that's not learning sign language.
Never over it.
And when never over it.
No.
The least romantic thing that's ever happened in K-dramas was the male lead not learning sign language for his wife.
What you could say is
What
would be actually romantic.
Yeah, what would be actually romantic is fucking learning sign language. Is fucking learning sign language.
And I went back to the beginning. I went to Crash Landing on You. Particularly the Year of Texts, which is one of my favorite things. Year of Texts, getting her to basically like go out and live her life like through this year of texts. And
leaving her kitchen organized.
Food in the fridge, so she's not always eating out. So she's eating. Yeah. The year of texts that he scheduled to be sent to her. Never forget it. Never. One of my favorite things ever. There's no one out there who would ever do that. Prove me wrong.
Captain Ree was the best.
Tunnel of Love, great. Like Tunnel of Love. Absolutely. Tunnel of Love, right up there. Where are you? Right there. Tunnel of Love. Can't really see him, but Tunnel of Love is great. But the planning and the effort to do the year of texts, never over it.
We don't talk about that enough.
Right?
We need to be bringing that up more.
Seriously.
That was so fun, Amy. You did a very good job. That was so
Thanks
fun.
for letting me do that. That was fun for me to do. And I feel I got to like brag to my daughter today and tell her that I was doing this. And she was very proud of me. So
maybe we should do this with BTS songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we do the comeback for BTS, I would love to do that.
I think we should do that. I think that sounds really fun. You have to let us go off of vibes of titles though.
Right. Just vibes.
Still.
Just vibes.
Yeah. Just vibes.
But like for any of you Swifties out there though, I want to know what song are you dying to like slap onto a K-drama? Let us know.
Yeah, or if you want, is there a Taylor Swift song you want on an OST?
Ooh, yeah.
Let us know. But I'm sure some of you will have some ideas because this is really fun. I'm sure as we were talking, you guys have thought of things. Because even when we were talking, I was like, oh, I could have said that K-drama. I could have said that K-drama.
Well, and like when you both would say ones that were like just perfect, like, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Let's do it for the BTS comeback. We'll obviously have the same, like just a wealth of song titles to choose from. So it'd be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, thanks for indulging me.
This album is everything you wanted.
I do too. I appreciate you both indulging me and letting me do this, and it was fun.
It's awesome. It was so much fun.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Until next time.
Annyeong.
Kamsahamnida. Thank you for listening to Afternoon of Delight. Where can you find us outside the pod? Head on over to afternoonadelight.com. That's AFTERNOONADELIGHT.com. You'll find links to all our social media, our book recs, K-pop and K-skincare recs, and if you want even more Afternoon of Delight, because really who doesn't, you can join our Patreon, where you can choose the patron level that's right for you. Join in daily K-drama conversations, listen to bonus podcast episodes just for patrons, and participate in our monthly live K-drama support group via Zoom. We can't wait for you to be a part of the community. Until next time, annyeong!